Why Goldman still loves Apple. We got Steve Russolillo on the set with us now to explain this.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Goldman Sachs.
Yep.
Sticking with a conviction buy.
Yes.
I presume this has nothing to do with jail. So the conviction buy is why?
Yeah. You know, it's another day. It's another analyst coming out and touting Apple stock here. Today it's Goldman, and today they are boosting their price target on Apple from $700 to $750.
Okay, we're going to get a price chart in a moment so you can see the difference between where that is now.
Yeah.
So that's 600 basically, and it's going to go up a lot.
A lot. and basically they're saying that, you know, the downdraft that we saw last week and into the beginning of this week was overdone. The stock is still cheap. The earnings report next week is going to be fantastic. iPhones, iPads.
This is what
are
it's
all doing
done
great.
over a year, and you can see how the price increase has accelerated over the last few months, and then it dipped to man big. That's what they mean about volatility. That is quite a chart. I mean, that is a chart that doesn't say necessarily to me that there's a lot more upside. But that's just me. I don't look at Goldman.
Well, if you looked at a different chart, if you looked at the company's valuation and how the stock is trading, you know, compared to its price to earnings multiple, is still relatively cheap compared to the broader NASDAQ composite. So bulls would argue the stock actually has a lot more room to run because it's not expensive at this point. Yeah, the $600 price looks expensive, but if you dig deeper and if you look at how the stock compares to what the company's actually earning, the stock can be viewed as relatively cheap. So that's one of the arguments that Goldman is using today. And you know, they are certainly not alone in this game. There are a bunch of analysts who are very, very bullish on this company. You have a couple analysts over the past few weeks who have come out with $1,000 price targets. So, you know, is it a bubble? Is it a big bubble? That's the big question that everybody's asking right now, and especially after you had the little pullback over the little pullback. I mean, it did pull back almost 10% over 5 days, so that raised some questions as to how much longer does the run have. But we had the big comeback yesterday. The stock was up more than 5% yesterday. It's up a little bit again today.
Now, Julia, it seems to me that it's all about how many gadgets people will want to buy of Apple's. Now, I know you have a number of Apple gadgets, as do I. Do you think people are going to stop wanting to buy them, and are they going to go out of fashion or anything?
Not right now. I mean, the thing is, we were just talking about Android, and Android has made some inroads, but the fact of the matter is, Apple is still such a market leader that, you know, it's probably reasonable to expect they can maintain this dominance for some amount of time because, you know, most Android tablets in particular have not really been able to make inroads. Android phones probably made more inroads than
Android
the
phones
iPhone.
have done very well, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, they have, but I think that, you know, Apple does have a really strong lead, and it's probably a no-brainer to say buy on the dip, right? I mean, that's basically what they're saying. And
that's what happened on Monday. I mean, you saw it. It was such a strong move higher on very heavy trading volume. Yesterday, on Tuesday, and you saw the stock go up 5%, and it really accelerated toward the end of the day. So, you know, it showed that people were using it as the ultimate buying opportunity. You know, buy on the dips, as you just said.
Buy on the dips. It's certainly, and you're going to get a dividend, I guess, fairly soon. So that's another reason people love their dividends. Thank you very much, Steve Russolillo.